Hey everyone, I'm Jessica with Pencil First Games, and today is an exciting day because we are going to take a look at Delicious, which is a flip and write game about planting a fruit and vegetable garden. So I'm going to go through the rules and then go through a solo playthrough, which you can actually join me in. I'll have links in the description where you can download your own score sheet and garden sheet to play along and maybe compare your score to see who does better. Spoiler, it's probably going to be you. But let's dive in, quickly see how this plays, and then have a great time going through a solo play. So I am all set and ready to play Delicious. I have 2 sheets in front of me, and these are going to be the important ones where I am marking everything off, because again, this is a flip and write where we are using a fantastic pencil that says Pencil First Games on it. And we are going to be filling in our garden, making decisions about how to use fruits and vegetables and tools and try to score the most points. So, how does everything work? One of the big things is that you're going to see there are cards out here with tokens on them. So each card will always be paired with a token. I have broccoli out here right now. On that, it shows a tool, so that's why I have a tool token on it. All the tokens in the game are double-sided, so there's a fruit on one side and a tool on the other. When those cards are drawn, that will tell you which side of the token to place face up. So I have broccoli with a trowel and an onion with a watering can. And you'll notice over here that there are indicators for top position and bottom position. Because as we're planting in our garden, here's the garden sheet up close, there are going to be these fun containers that we're putting vegetables and fruits in. So the top position are going to be these 3 containers where only vegetables can go. And the bottom position containers are these 3 where, again, vegetables. Over here is the fruit planter. So that's important to remember is that vegetables are on this side, fruits on this side. And we'll see how that plays out as I get into playing solo and trying to do well. But going off of that top and bottom position is the plant choice that we're going to make every turn. So there's going to be a total of 12 rounds. And at the top, you'll see there are indicators that I'm going to cross off for what I'm using. So the first one, I am saying I'm using one of those those card and token pairs. I'm going to pick one of them and put them in the position that it's in, which means the broccoli and the trowel would go in one of those top vegetable containers, or the onion would go in the bottom ones. So exactly how you see it is how I'm putting it on my garden sheet. The opposite of that is the one underneath it where I am saying I'm going to pick one of those, but I'm going to put it in the opposite spot. So the broccoli, I would decide to put in one of the bottom vegetable containers, or I could put the onion in one of the top ones. And again, it's easier to see once we get into playing, but just as an overview of how that works. This one is saying that I'm going to use both cards and taking both of them plus their tokens and putting them where they're supposed to be. This one means I am taking both and I get to do whatever I want with them. So I could put both in the top row, or I could put both in the bottom row or position. Again, when we start playing, this will make more sense, but the important thing is that you can only use these a certain number of times. So I'm only going to be able to choose one of those to put in the same position 4 times, and then 2 anywhere 2 times. So you can see how in the beginning you have a lot of choices on where to place these fruits, vegetables, and tools, but as we get into it, it gets very tricky with deciding where to put those. Other options, as we'll see, again, it's much easier to see as we play. I can use wild spots, so I can turn a vegetable or a fruit into anything else and place it wherever I want in my garden. Or I can put bonus ones in here and bank those for later on to get another way to score points at the end. Most importantly, perhaps, and the fun part about this is that we actually get to draw if we'd like to. So fruits and veggies, there's actually on the back of the rule book, let me grab that right now, there's a nice, quick, fun, how to draw the delicious way. So just really quick ideas and steps on how to draw each of these fruits or vegetables in the garden Or if you are like me a lot of the time, you can just use some letters. I'm going to leave it face up here, or technically face down, because I'm actually going to try to use that drawing guide as I fill in my garden. But we will also see the tools. I'll show you how those play out. Might as well quickly mention it. But say there's the trowel up there, you'll see that there's a trowel in the wheelbarrow container. And of course, these are fun containers. All different ones. There's a bathtub, boots, wheelbarrow, suitcase, all types of fun stuff. But I can use that tool once per game to place anything that I want, obviously a vegetable here, in that row, and then I would cross that off and it wouldn't be available. So once per game, I can use that tool to help me fill up a container. Or there's also the planter. We will find it on here, up here. So I could do that in this column. I could draw in a fruit and then I would cross that off. And again, we'll see how that works in a second. There's scoring criteria for having the same types of fruits or different ones in rows and columns. In solo, we're not going to use this, but in the multiplayer game, the first person to complete a container would announce it and they would gain 1 extra point. So that's not available in solo. That's fine. And the other scoring criteria here, and we'll go through this as I play, is the jar of honey. If you know Pencil First Games, we usually have a fun extra bonus kind of scoring card. And here it's the jar of honey. That is if you are the first to fill a row of your containers. So that would be the top position vegetable containers or the bottom position ones. I can earn that in solo, which we will see if I can do. But let's get started as I dive into playing this and trying my best. So I have a choice between broccoli and onion. At this point, neither one of those is better or worse for me. The tools, though, are interesting. I'm just trying to see where I could use some cool tools. The other thing to note is I have to start in the bottom of every container. So in here, I'm going to have to choose between the 3 bottom spaces. I can't go in the second row or the top row. And we will see that's because you're gaining points as you fill in more of a container. All right, broccoli or onion? Which one can I draw better? So I think at this point, I'm just going to take one of them because, again, I don't know what is going to be in the deck or not. Again, the other cool thing, if you're familiar with Herbaceous, is that with this, we actually take out a few cards at the start during setup. So I don't know the exact cards that are going to be in this deck. Broccoli, that could be the only broccoli maybe. That could be the only onion. I don't know yet. So let's take a risk here. I am going to say, so my plant choice first, I'm going to mark off that I am taking one of those in the same position. And now I'm just deciding which one I want to use. I think what we're going to do, I think we'll use, let's grab, I think I'm feeling the broccoli. I have a good feeling about broccoli. So we are going to draw broccoli. I am going to put it in, again, these containers are looking for different types, by the way, if I didn't mention that. So this is all different. This is looking for pairs, and this is looking for all the same. Same thing on the bottom, just in different orders. So pairs, all the same, and different. So let's take a look. I am going to risk it. I'm going to take the broccoli, and I'm going to start to try to build up this wheelbarrow, because that could be worth 10 points to me. I'm going to go for it. So let's draw our broccoli. So if I draw broccoli correctly, let's see, we're going to go like this a little bit. That's perfect. And then let's get a little guy going here. And then I just like to fill it in like that. It looks like a tiny tree to me, and that is correct. That's exactly what broccoli looks like, right? Master artist right here. So I took the broccoli, and then don't forget, we also have the tool that's on this card, which could be a fruit, depending on what it is, but tokens, whatever token is on that card, we also take. So that is a trowel. I can't use it up here because that's in the second row, and I have not finished this first row yet. So we're going to use it in the fruit planter. I could draw one in this column anywhere. We're going to draw a fruit, and again, I have no information on what's better or not, so I'm going to pick a watermelon. feeling the watermelon, and I'm going to put a watermelon in here. So let's see, we're going to draw kind of like a little oval, and then let's get a little stripe going here and a little stripe there. Wow, best watermelon ever right there. I mean, yep, I know how to draw. And that's the thing, you do not need to be a great artist for this. So that is round one. So everything here is going to get discarded. And my discard, I'm trying to keep everything sort of in a compact area so you can kind of see everything. We will have a discard sort of in this direction. And then we're going to flip over one card from the top, one card from the bottom, and lots of tools again, all right? So this is the nice draw bag. It has a flat bottom, so it sits quite nicely. So let's draw a couple tokens from there. So this is the top one. So again, it's double-sided. There's going to be, that's a blueberry, which is actually a prototype blueberry. The final version has a single blueberry on it. But we are going to use this watering can. And on the bottom card, it is going to turn out to be a little boot. So let's get that on there. All right, so what would I like to use? I like that mushroom because I can use the mushroom and that tool. Oh, by the way, I forgot to cross off my tool over here. Let's get that done. There we go. Because again, that's a once a game ability to fill that in. All right, so I like the mushroom because I can fill in the bottom here with that tool. However, that lettuce looks pretty good. I think I'm actually going to take two here. So we're going to mark off our plant choice. I'm going to take both in the same positions they're in. So let's go and let's draw ourselves a mushroom, which is probably my, let's see, we're going to draw, yeah, that's a mushroom. Get a little line here and little stem, and then let's color that in. And yep, that's 100% a mushroom. Definitely edible. And then the watering can there means I am going to use it. I'm actually going to cross it off first. I'm using it right now. And I can place any vegetable I want here. This is looking for all different ones though. So I see the lettuce there. I'm actually going to draw a lettuce. This is using the tool. So I'm not using this card here. I am using the tool to draw a lettuce. This one is going to go like here, and then a little doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and then get a little doo-doo-doo. Oh, that's beautiful lettuce. And let's get a little thing in the middle there. I mean, if I didn't tell you, you know exactly what vegetables those are. And then let's not forget the other one, that card with the lettuce and the shoe. I think we're going to use, okay, so we'll put the lettuce, let's put that lettuce in, ooh, interesting. I am going to put the lettuce in the pears container here. So let's get another beautiful lettuce going in here. There it is. That's definitely a lettuce. And then the shoe or the boot, probably a boot. I think you wear a boot in the garden more often. I could start this container or I could use it for the fruit planter. I'm going to use it for the fruit planter. So here's that boot right there. We'll cross that off. Usually you do this afterwards, but you've already seen I'm notorious for forgetting. So I'm going to do it to start with. And that means I can put any fruit in this row. I am going to go, let's go with another watermelon over here. Let's get get that rind going over there. Quality watermelon. That's a better watermelon, I will say. And there we go. That turn is over. So let's discard those. And let's see. Another tool. Okay. More tools. Is this a tool? We have not seen a fruit token yet on these cards, which is interesting. So let's grab ourselves. Let's see, this one is going to be, what is that? Is that called an aerator? I should know what that is. Spritzer? Sure, that's what it is. And then this little, wow, I can't even think of the name of it. You know, I know my gardening tools. All right, so let's take a look again. So we're looking at lettuce, which I could actually use in the bottom. Ooh, and the pepper could actually go on the top. I'm just planning and thinking here. Would that help me out there? Not particularly. What about? Yeah, we could use you. Okay, so actually I think as much as I like the pepper, the idea of the pepper is great, but I think I'm just gonna take the lettuce. But again, remember this is in the top position, I'm going to choose to swap it. So that's what this plant choice is. That means I'm choosing the lettuce, but it's going in the bottom position. And what I'm going to do with that is right over here, we're going to put that lettuce in my pears container. Oh, that's, I don't know, this lettuce may have been run over on the way to the market. Yeah, that lettuce is looking a little rough. It's fine, no problem. And then we'd have to use the tool. So let's see. That would be over here. All right, great. We will cross off this area and I'm going to put another watermelon over here. It's just interesting that it's lots of tools, this play. And I've seen a couple where there's a lot of fruits, there's a good mix. It all depends. That's the fun of it, is trying to see what comes out. And again, we don't have perfect information because there are some cards missing from the deck. There we go. This one's going to get us a fruit token. All right, here come the fruit tokens. And again, remember, these are all double-sided, so whatever you draw, again, this is a fig we're going to use, but had it been the tool again, that would be the trowel. So we're going to have a fig up here on the onion, and I'll show you how these work. And, ooh, a nice golden raspberry for the bottom one. Okay. Unfortunately, I wanted watermelons, but that's okay. So on these cards, you're going to see that they have shapes on these. So this is an oval and an oval. We'll see that in a second. But on the fruit planter, there are different spaces. You'll see there's stars, there's those ovals, and then there's hexagons. So when we draw one of these, either one, in this case, it would have to be in an oval space. So interesting decision. Let's take a look. Do I need the onion? I could use the onion. The onion is not a bad choice. I could do that. I could see the onion working. And then the lettuce. Should have put it in the. If I had started lettuce here, that would have made more sense. Again, even though I have a pair of lettuce, I can't start another pair of lettuce. Always has to be different pairs. So I think we're just going to take one this time. I'm going to take that onion in the same space. So let's get ourselves a little onion going on up here. Get a little guy there. And a little, there we go. That's a pretty good onion. I'm proud of that onion. And then let's get the fig is going to go in an oval space. So I think let's try it. Yeah, we'll put it here. So let's see. The fig is going to be kind of a little get a little guy there. Couple of lines and a nice little spot. There's my fig. Quality again. No artist. Alrighty, so that's all done. This is all again in the discard or compost pile, and you can see how pretty quickly each round is going to go. So here we go. Ooh, 2 mushrooms. And on these ones, if you can see, actually, this one has a fruit in a hexagon space, and this is a fruit in an oval space. So again, that was what I was talking about before with making that decision. So we're going to have a blueberry there and a fig over here. Well, that's not what I wanted. No, actually, okay. I can work with this. So I think what I'm going to do, actually, I could use those as a pair to continue this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 2 for my plant choice. This means I'm taking 2 of them and I can do whatever I want with them. So I'm actually going to put both of those mushrooms in this pears container. So let's draw our mushroom again. This is the one that I think I need a little more work on, but you know, yeah, that's beautiful. It's the world's most beautiful mushroom. Let's try it this time. Get it better. And a little bit there. All right, yeah, I could use some artist tricks here. And then don't forget that we have those tokens on there. So I have a fig. I'm going to put the fig in first. That needs to go on an oval space. Let's get it right here. Boop, boop, boop. All right. And then a blueberry doesn't really help me out here. So this is where I'm actually going to use my wild space. So we're going to put the blueberry in my wild space. Again, this is once per game. So let's put the blueberry here. Get that colored in. That's a pretty good blueberry. Acceptable for my standards. And that means that I can turn that blueberry into any fruit, and I can put that anywhere in that fruit planter. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in a hexagon space. What do I want to do? So I either want to turn it into a fig for this space, or I want another watermelon. I think I'm going to do a fig though, because I think that actually makes sure I get points there. So there's a little fig there, and that is all set. All right. Let's see if this pans out for me. So the next one, there's going to be broccoli. Oh, all right. 2 broccoli, you say? Well, and that top, oh, you have I would love that watermelon at the top, and then a little trowel here, which I don't know. That is, okay, that's an interesting choice. I'm just thinking through this one because I definitely want to get this one because I can put a watermelon here. The trowel, though, would that help me anywhere else? Not particularly. But if I did, okay. All right, here, we're going to do something cool. This could be, that could be risky, though. No, you know what? We're just going to take 1 right now. I say it's risky because if I use this to take 2 anywhere else, that's the last time I can do that. And we still have, what are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is only the 6th round, so we're only about halfway through. I am going to hold off and wait on that. So I am actually going to take, do I want the broccoli? Let's see. No, I think what we'll do is I am going to, we're going to do it in a different position. So I'm going to take this broccoli from the top position and put it in my pears container here. So let's get a little stem going. Let's do this and color that in. That is a beautiful broccoli. And then my watermelon, that's exactly what I want. We're going to put 1 over here. So I have 4 going in a row, or in a column, excuse me. So that's looking good. And that is it. We will see if that was the wrong decision, leaving that broccoli there. The second broccoli, I should say. I don't know. So we're actually going to do this. And I just realized, 1 second, this broccoli, I meant to draw it in the next one because I wanted to show you that I can actually keep that open in order to potentially use a tool there. So normally you can't reverse and you cannot erase or move anything. That was a mistake on my part. Thank goodness for erasers. So carrot and lettuce we have out here, and these are going to have fruits. So we have a fig on a star space. I could use that one. And lettuce with a watermelon. I need both of those, okay? I'm just looking at the fruits. I need both of those. In terms of, I could use both. I think that's what we'll do. We'll take both in the same position. I see what we're going to do. I'm going to use that carrot, and we're going to put a carrot up here in this different container. So a carrot is going to look like this. That is a large carrot. And get a little guy up on the top. There we go. Lovely carrot. Let's use the fig so I don't forget. That's going in a star-shaped space. So I'm going to put it down over here. That's a lot of figs. And then the lettuce, again, that's not going in the pears container. I think we're going to put the lettuce in the different container down here. We'll see if that'll get us some points as we get up there. And then that also has a watermelon in a hexagon space, so we will go up here, which is very nice because if I have 5 in that column, that means that I'm going to get 5 points at the end for having those. So that seems like a good turn. We'll see. And let's go on to the next one. So it's a mushroom and a pepper. And let's see. The mushroom, that's going to have our little tool there, and the pepper is going to have a golden raspberry in a star space. That golden raspberry doesn't help me that much. The pepper does, though, because I do need a pepper up here. Mushroom does not help me that much, though. Unless we started to try to go for something else. It's almost like I want the pepper and the tool, which you cannot do. You always have to go in a pair. So mushroom plus the tool, or the pepper and the golden raspberry. The golden raspberry in a star space, though, I could use that. Okay, so let's take... All right, this is the last time that I can take this. I'm going to take one and put it in a different position. But again, this is the last time I can do it. I feel pretty confident because I still have a couple of other options in order to maybe do something. I don't know. We'll see. So again, this is me swapping it. So the pepper is going to go into the top containers. And I'm going to put a pepper up here in my different container and be all excited because I completed it. Let's get our little... Oh, this pepper... Yeah, that pepper was... Okay, hold on. I am not erasing it. I am merely making this look more like a pepper. My pepper was clearly run over, possibly moldy. I don't know if it's edible, but yeah, that's great. So if this was a multiplayer game, I would actually say, hey, I completed the wheelbarrow. I would mark this off and I actually would get that 1 point. No one else could get it. But since I am playing solo, those points are not available to me, so I just ignore that for now. But not to be forgotten is the golden raspberry, which is going to go in a star-shaped space. I am going to put it right over here, and I just have to remember my drawing skills here for the golden raspberry. Get those around there, get those there. Yep, that's a quality raspberry right there. Everybody is going to want that. You want that raspberry. All right, so that is that round. Get these out of here. And if you are playing along, hopefully you are enjoying this and making some fun decisions. So now we have an onion and a lettuce. These are going to both have fruit tokens on them. So we have a fig. Do I need that? Oh, I do need that actually. And a golden raspberry. Okay, so this will be interesting. Because this fig, I definitely would like to get it. It is going in a hexagon space that would fill this in here, which is perfect for me. I'm just trying to see, does this lettuce help me with anything? Not particularly. So I think what we will do is we will just take that onion. So let's mark that off. We're just going to take the onion where it is. So I could either start to try to do a pair of onions or try to get 3 onions. And I'm trying to think how many onions we've seen. I think we're going to go for pairs, actually. And I'm going to go right here. So let's get a little onion going in here. Get our little lines. I will say my onions are pretty good. I think I've done pretty good with drawing that one. That's about it, though. And we'll get our fig in that space. And that round, you're all set there. It's pretty quick. So 3 rounds to go. There's a broccoli and a carrot. And here come all the fruit. Remember how we started off with all the tools? Now a lot of these are all fruit. So there's a strawberry and we have a watermelon. Okay, that is a good thing. I'll show you in a second because I'm thinking that's going to be for a bonus spot. The carrot, meanwhile, what do we want to do with that carrot? Does that help me with anything? We could try. I'm going to try for it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, the broccoli, I don't want it. I don't want it. Although that strawberry could be somewhat helpful. I'm just debating if I want to just take 1 or 2 of these cards right now. I think we are just going to take 1. We're going to go for it. I'm going to take 1. And I'm going to go for this carrot with the watermelon. The carrot I will put in what? Let's see. I think as much as I would like to try to go for this container, which could get me a lot of points. I don't know if I'm gonna get enough carrots to fill that up because there's only 2 more rounds after this. So let's put a carrot over here. That'll get me, again, my carrots need some work, but that's a carrot. And then the watermelon, what I'm actually gonna do with the watermelon is put it in my bonus space on this, my scoring sheet here. So I get to draw that watermelon, and what that is telling me is that I get 1 extra point for every watermelon in my fruit container. So immediately that's worth 5 extra points right now. Could maybe be more if I pick up another watermelon or so. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see what's next. A carrot and a pepper. And we continue with the fruit, which is a little tricky here. Oh yeah, because, well, this one's gonna be wasted then. That's all right. There's a strawberry and a blueberry. Okay. The reason why I'm saying it's going to be wasted is because I can see these are oval spaces. I only have 1 oval space, and if you'll notice, I have to, my only choices still are taking 2 of those in the same position or 2 and putting them anywhere. So that is interesting. I wish that there were some tools. And a broccoli. I wanted a broccoli. So does it make sense to just take those? I think it makes sense to take them as they are. We're going to save the putting them anywhere for the very end. So we're going to put a carrot up at the top. So we'll put a carrot right here. And a couple little lines. That carrot turned out nicely. And then that strawberry, I'm actually going to draw in over here. Let's see. Let's get ourselves a fairly nice strawberry going. I don't know. Get some seeds on there. Yeah, there's a quality strawberry. It's definitely, you definitely want to pick that one up from the supermarket or the fruit stand. All right, and then the pepper I'm going to put on the bottom here. So I'm going to put it over here. So let's, all right, can we maybe draw this a little bit better this time? Take my time. Draw a good pepper. It's better. And again, I filled up that container, but that does not count for the solo. So if this was multiplayer, I would say that I completed this container to gain 1 point. I do not do that in solo though. And then here's where I have nothing to do with this blueberry. There are no oval spaces open, and I have used both my wild spot and my bonus spot for the fruit. So sadly, that blueberry is just not making it into the world. We'll just pretend I ate it while I was gardening. And then here we go. This will be the last round. An onion that's perfect, and another onion is not so perfect. Let's see what type of tool comes out. It is a watering can, which is what I don't need. And then there's going to be a blueberry in a star position, which I could use. Since again, the plant choices, remember I said at the beginning that it's very open and you get to do what you want. Now I'm at the very end and I have to use both of these, but I can put them anywhere. So give me a second to see, does anything help me here? I'm just looking for the watering can. The watering can is not going to help at all. I don't think, yep, the watering can tool doesn't help me at all. I will put 1 onion up here in the pears container though, so that'll get me some points. I'll take it, you know. That's a couple points there. And then let's take a look. So the other onion that I'm looking at, if I put it down here, this entire row has to be filled in order for me to get points. So that's not worth it there. However, I could turn it into a wild, which I think I'm going to do, in order to make it a broccoli. Or my other option would be to put an onion here, and then every container that contains at least 1 onion would be worth 2 points. Looking at that, that is only 2 containers. So that's 4 points versus getting 7. Yeah, I don't think so. We're gonna use a wild spot to put an onion over here. Get our little there's our onion. And again, that allows me to put it wherever. So we're gonna turn that into a broccoli right down over here. Beautiful broccoli. And that container is now completed. And then I have this blueberry to use in a star position, which is actually helpful. We will put it right over here. So we will do this. And then we will draw a little guy there and then go around. Great blueberry right there. All right, so taking a look, these are all discarded. And as you will notice, I did not complete all of the containers in the top position or top area, and I did not complete all of them in the bottom, so I do not gain the jar of honey, sadly. That is still out there, so I'm not going to get that. But we are at the end, so let's start getting ready for final scoring. So if I look at my containers in the top, this one is going to be worth 10 points because I filled in everything. You're not going to be adding up all the rows, so this is not worth everything added. It is the highest position that you completely filled. So that's 10 points for me right there. So let's circle that and put 10 here. The next one I got one pair there, so that's worth 3 points. Circle that and put that down here. Sadly, my suitcase only holds a carrot, and because I did not get anything else here, this is worth 0 points to me. However, we're doing all right. Here in the bathtub, I completed everything. Let's get that so we can see it. So that's going to be worth 12 points for having all those beautifully drawn veggies. I put nothing in the next container, so there's no question there. And the last one, I will get 3 points because I got everything in there. Then as we look at our fruit planter, this is a very filled fruit planter, so I have to look through everything. Let me see if I can kind of do it here. Yeah, okay. So I have 5 watermelon, and 5 of the same is worth 5 points. So that's going to be a 5 here. Same thing with figs. I have 5 of those. In this column, though, I only have 2 fruits, and that's worth a nothing, so that's 0. If we go across, I have 3 different fruits here, and 3 different is worth 1. Here I have 4 different, which is worth 2. And then again here, there's only 2 fruits, so that's 0. I'll hold that up a little bit if you want to take a closer look at kind of how that scoring works with the same types of fruits are worth more, but if you can get different ones, there's still points there. And I should note too that you need to have a continuous row or column in order to have those count. So had this watermelon been a blueberry or a fig or something else, I would not have scored anything for this entire column because there's only 2 watermelons in a row. You need to be able to look out and see a ton of the same fruit. So let's go, and on the back of this, so this was my scoring sheet. It's kind of the plant choice sheet, but if we flip it over, that's where we're going to count up our scoring. So I did my top area here, and that was, so I have 10 and 3, so that's going to be 13 up there. For the bottom, I have 12 and 3, so that's 15. My fruit planter, I have 1, 3, can I count here? That's 13. That's not bad. All right. And then we're going to go back and look for our bonus spots that we mentioned before. So let's take a look. I did not use the bonus here. I didn't draw anything in there, so that's going to be a whopping 0. And then I'm going to get 1 point, though, for every watermelon in my garden. And again, we went through this before. I didn't draw anything else, but there are 5 of them, so that's worth another 5 points. And I did not get the honey, so that is worth 0. So let's see. What are we at? We are at, what is this? This is 20, that's 33, that is 46. So my final score is 46 points. So if you played along, again, it's a little bit different because of completing those different containers. You could actually add to my score if you were keeping track and saw that I completed those before you, but generally I got a 46. So if you are playing, see how you do. I will note that there is a rule book for the solo mode, which we can actually compare my score against. And I deserve this. So we actually played with no interruptions, and I got 46 points, which puts me right at the top of an appetizing harvest type. Just not good enough for tasty, which I feel I deserve with the quality of these drawings. I need to get better. But I will note, I didn't play with it, but there is another solo mode included, which is the Pesky Guest Returns. And that's right, it's the crow. And I'm sure we will go through this at some point, but that one basically has the crow moving around and blocking different areas of the garden, so it adds more of a challenge, and again, you got to kind of make more decisions, similar to Floriferous, how you could toss the tea at the crow. You can actually use fruit tokens to accomplish something similar. But yeah, that was Delicious, the solo mode. I definitely could use a little bit of improvement. Had a couple of those cards been a little bit different, towards the end especially, I could see how I would definitely be moving up into some of those higher scoring tiers. But yeah, that was fun, and I definitely need to work on my drawing skills. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully you get a chance to play Delicious soon. Take care. Bye.